Is it live? Oh, it says it's live. Hello and welcome. First of all, may I say my name is Freeman on the Sand. My good friends call me Hobbit, but that's a long story. Um, I'm starting very early today. It's 6:30. Officially, I don't start until 7, but I got a message today from Skuggy who said he's got a suffering power cut there, so internet's out. And I thought, well, that's actually all right. I didn't really feel like hosting today. I felt like a quiet day. But then I thought, there's something I'd like to do. So, first of all, a musical interlude. We're going to share the screen. We're going to choose an application window. No, because if I choose an application window, I won't share the audio. So I'm going to share screen one. And share audio. Be careful sharing screen audio if you have a guest. They will hear themselves. Got it. Now, musical intro. Didn't we enjoy that? I know I did. So I'll stop the screen sharing. I call this one B78 Walking to the Siege because I saw this picture. What came first? Was it the image I saw or was it the music? No, I think what it was is I just randomly went through some presets on the microKORG and I thought, oh, that's a pretty good sound, isn't it? So I just tried, because as you can hear, it's got a slow attack. I press a finger on the key and it takes a while for it to build up in volume. I get a message from a friend saying, is it working? Is it not working? I don't know. You tell me. I can't watch the show. Hang on, the show as I do it. Internet is a bit rubbish. It is severely bad. I mean, it was great when it first came out. The copper wires do. But anyway, I wanted to talk about two things today. I wanted to talk about games because I do like games. They're an important part of our culture. And I want to talk about music, which was also an important part of our culture and something I've been having fun doing. And it says, yeah, it was working. Okay, that's good. I saw a quote by G.K. Chesterton today saying, "Mad men." Let's see if I can find the quote. I'm just going to open up a new tab. G.K. Chesterton, Mad Men Serious. It's something about being serious, mad men and madhouses. What is it? Chesterton Mab and Madhouses. No man of his time defended more passionately the cause of member wall, sanity and centricity than did G.K. Chesterton, despite his aversion to watches and his uncalculated picturesqueness of his dress. Yet no imaginative writer touched more on did Chesterton upon lunacy, real or alleged, a prospect of his age with a madhouse for its background. Um, well, okay, that sounds like a great essay I'm going to read in my own time and not bore you with. But what I wanted to say about that was, what did I want to say about that? Oh yeah, G.K. Chesterton said that mad people are serious, or mad men. Uh, Women become serious for different reasons. I'm sorry, my desktop's changing. I've got a very blown up picture of Roy Castle. Um, was it Roy Walker, Roy Castle, that was the host of Catchphrase? But the point being is, if you're too serious about stuff, then you start to go mad, and serious people just cannot take a joke, which is sad, and it's to their own detriment as well. Oh yeah, here we go. Right, so I'm going to move Roy Walker. You're not going in there. I'll put you in just anywhere. Not a copy. I want you. Sorry, the Oh, by the way, there will be a bit of silence. Is there a musical interlude or something I could put on in the meantime? Actually, there will be. There will be. But the main thing is if you're not having fun, you'll be very serious, and if you're very serious, then you will go mad. And I think it is unwise for people to go mad. It doesn't do anybody any favors. It causes great amounts of distress and everything. Um, hmm. Oh, my dear friend says that when I was playing the musical interlude, nothing came through. What I was playing was B78, A Walk to the Sea. So if you so desire, you can listen to it. It's only 2 minutes long. But what I want to try and do today is I really wanted to recreate it. The reason being is I had this little melody I wanted to play on top of the main song, which would have gone do 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 do, and I think it would have gone very well with it. But I tried to do it the next day, loaded up setting B78, and it's like this sounds nothing like it, which I found very mysterious. So two things. What will these two things be? Well, one, I'm going to plug the Korg in, so we'll have it. In fact, this will be a good test. My microphone is. This would have been so much easier if I had just a standard microphone which plugs in. Unfortunately, I can't do that, and I can't do that because it broke. So. Registered charity number 1488 in the UK. Microphones are racists. Let's turn it off and on again. I turned it on, but I don't really want to use the batteries if I can avoid it. So I've got it plugged in, and I can't hear anything. So bring up my sound settings, mixer, record, monitor. That's nothing. That's still nothing. Not front panel microphone. No, that's nothing. Huh. Well, ain't that a bugger? So I told it to monitor, and I don't hear anything. Have I got it plugged into the right set? Because this is the thing. I mean, it's no good me doing this if I can't hear what I'm doing. Because I thought, wouldn't it be? I hope you can still hear me, chap. Wouldn't it be good? Well, that's definitely plugged into the right socket. So why is nothing coming through? He asks for the umpteenth time. Yeah. I was hoping today I could have recreated the sound. It would be a sawtooth wave, and I think it's two. It's two at the time. Thank you, Dominic, for confirming you can hear me fine. But let me just see. Why is that not making? Bear with me, chat. I'm gonna have to plug my headphones in. Oh, this is you know that feeling when you got something planned out and it doesn't work the way you want it to, and then it's all a bit annoying. That happens to me. I think it's happening to me now. But it should just be working. I don't understand why it's not. Have I got everything set correctly? Let's make sure. Playback. Main. It's going through the headphones. Oh. Okay, that's making noise. So that should just be working. I'm hitting keys. Well, they're just definitely be right. I'm gonna unplug the microphone. I'm gonna unplug the headphones from my computer. It's okay. It's only my own voice. I can hear myself. And let's plug that into headphones. Right. Well, I've just confirmed that definitely is working, and it's just not working through the monitor, which is slightly annoying. It's slightly annoying. I've got an option though. So I'm going to unplug the line out of the keyboard, and I'm going to plug it into a different socket because I know it was working before. Now, you see, if I'm going to do a proper serious recording, what I'll do is I'll use this adapter so I can fit into the 3.5mm for the line in on my microphone and then get a much better quality recording. So let's just see if this works. No, it's monitor, front panel, yeah, monitor. No, it's not working. Well, bugging me. Right, well, this is a shame. My plan today was, as you're coming along with me, I was gonna plug my keyboard in, and you would have heard through the monitor on my computer the sound as I was trying to recreate it. But you won't be able to hear that because I can't hear it, and if I can't hear it, then you certainly can't hear it. Oh, isn't that a pain in the arse? So again, I'm going to do a share screen. No, share screen is not that. That's share screen. You're going to have my desktop because that's the only way I can share audio, apparently. And we'll have this on. And I'm going to be right back as I am going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to do something. Yeah, I'm going to check on my cooking. Yeah. There we go. Wasn't that lovely? I'm sure glad you guys got to hear that. Again, if you want to hear it in superb fidelity, why am I laughing about that? No, the version on YouTube sounds exactly like what I intended it to sound like, except the ending, I lifted my fingers off of one of the notes and I just thought, oh, I want to do that again. And I can't do it again. So, yes. Oh, and I got to set a 16-minute timer as well. So chat, you're going to hear a beep in a bit because I'm going to be having my dinner. Now, one could say, but Hobbit, my dear chum, my esteemed pal, why not hold off on the dinnery do's until later, or eat beforehand? And it's like, well, that is a sensible idea, but don't feel like a sensible day today. So instead, we are going to have a VCV rec day today. VCV rec. See, I just want to load up the microcorg sound editor. But no, I'm gonna. No. It is a new day. We'll have new progress. So we'll have the VC rack. The VC rack. Oh, here we are. This is it with the. There we go. This was the previous one I was working on beforehand. And I don't hear anything. No, why do I not hear anything? That goes to there, yeah. Well, that works, good, okay. This panel's broken, that's wrong. So, first day trying to use Clouds and Pro and baseline with 4 oscillators. Well, I've moved on since then, so the current patch is a slave. Clear it and open a new patch. No. So you look at me. There we go. Yes, open a new patch, and that's fine because, of course, go to there, and in my super secret directory where I hold my VCV rack patches, and then share screen, share audio from screen 1. Una says my voice gets very bassy, just letting you know. Yeah, the microphone I've got is it's actually just the webcam from a PS3i thing, so that's nice, but You know what? As fun as all of this is, I want to get rid of everything because, of course, oh no, I didn't want to get rid of that. And then get rid of that. And now, all right, for some reason, the CPU meters are okay. We'll get rid of the audio as well. There we go. So what am I going to do? Well, first of all, I've got my MIDI mapper. That's always a useful tool when I've got the keyboard plugged in, and I don't have the keyboard plugged in at the moment. So let's do that. And we're just going to use it as a dumb MIDI controller. Now, one of the things I'm excited about, and it is an element that is lacking in my music, is there is very little percussion. And the reason for that is because, well, you've got a drum pad in it. Well, actually, you know what? That is the reason. Drum pads are ideal for doing percussive beats. But why not just use the keyboard and make it a percussive note? Yes, well, why not indeed? But I need like more than one keyboard. So what I'm going to do? Well, first of all, we need an oscillator. Can't make any signal without an oscillator, and there's one. So let me we'll take that to there. And let's connect the sine waves because everyone likes sine waves, right? Yeah, that's a really high-pitched sine wave, whatever that is. Oh, let's connect the pitch wheel to it. All right, great, I can see it. Oh, and another thing as well, frets. Let's take it to 5. Then I've got one processor left for doing the streaming and everything else. So now you should see I've got a sine wave going on there and it looks really high pitched. So what does it sound like, I hear you ask? Well, let's find out. We'll use Audio 8. Now, Audio 8 can actually take in signals from the outside and in, but if I can't hear anything on the microphone, then this ain't going to work, is it? And this has to be waspy if I'm doing it here, otherwise it takes over all of the sounds and the kind of thing. So waspy is not as good as some of the other options, but and we'll have a VCA because I don't want this blasting my eardrums off. So we'll go, yeah, we'll just have it mono for the moment and connect it to. Jesus, I'm sorry. That is horrible. Ugh. But of course it's horrible. There's no ADSR envelope. So the next thing we're going to have is ADSR. We'll have an ADSR and we'll have it at the top here. So I have a gate command to, I think that's it. And then we'll have some twiddly knobs going to these bits here. And these are the twiddly knobs on my keyboard. It'd be very nice, they may do it as a feature, that if I was to twiddle a knob here, I mean, you can see the constant control voltage there. As I turn it all the way to maximum, it becomes bright green. I turn it off, it turns dark. So I can see there that it's working. Or maybe it's not, it's not a missing feature. It's just like, well, in the real world with a modular synth, unless it was servo motor controlled, the knobs wouldn't turn unless you physically turn them yourself. So this goes to, I need a mixer. Mixer. If I was a mixer, I would look like, I would have a bunch of inputs and outputs and slidey scales, that's it. So we'll go from the VCA to the mixer. In 1, in 2. Oh. we won't bother with pan and scan for the moment. We'll just have the mix of that go to there and there. And the fit cables, if you're wondering, because there's a fit cable going from there to there, means that's polyphony. So we'll... Jesus. Why does that have to sound so hideous? And why is it making all those different noises too? Is it because there's something going wrong with it? So we'll just turn it on like that. So I'm pressing keys on the keyboard, but like only one time in 5 is something coming out. Well, that's annoying. What if I randomize this? No. Initialize. Come on, buddy. Work with me. Right, so we've got very quick release. And I want a very short attack. And delay. I don't really understand this filter. It's not doing what I want. Sorry, it's not a filter, it's an ADSR. So every time I'm pressing, well, maybe gate doesn't need to be a polyphonic cable. And now these outputs are polyphonic. No, how do I disconnect cables? Polyphony channels, polyphony mode. Let's make it just purely monophony. Right, that's working. Chat, let me know, can you hear what's going on here? You should just hear a simple sine wave oscillator. Every time I'm pressing a key, doesn't matter what key I press, it's the same note. So now if I plug in the oscillator there, there we go. We've got some notes. All right. So now if I play with the ADSR, very slow attack. Okay, that's good. Well, I want a very fast attack. Very fast attack. This isn't giving me much of an so if can I put it there? There we go. What if can I monitor that? No, it's just monophony, so let's make it a very short delay. Okay, that's good. A slightly warmer attack. I don't know what sustain does, so I'm going to just put it down to the bottom. Then release. Right, so all of that's working. Now I'm going to have a saw wave, and I think the main difficulty I'm going to have here is that I'm pretty sure if I listen to, can I have, he says to himself, please may I have the thing? So, oh look, you're looking at my file structure. Oh no, you saw my secret documents. Like, can I open that? Doxed. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that will be on my next album, by the way. My next album. One of these days I'll release an album, but it has to be music with a theme. You can't just make here's my random mixtape of songs I made, LOL. That's not an album. I am looking for sounds what I have done, microcork recordings, and it is called B78 Walking to the Siege. That's definitely a soul wave. And there's a bit of distortion on that, which means there's a ring modulator, which is something I probably can recreate with this, but okay, well, obviously the octave is wrong, so. So let's just have a listen to that again. And then it was after that, it was like, no. You know what? I am going to be. So, if you're watching this and you're going, hey, where's all the fun and games? Well, the fun and games is I'm playing with music. So, you get to hear what I'm hearing and you get to see how I'm having fun. And you also get to hear the alarm to say that my thing is done. So, you know what? Chat, I think you don't need to hear that anymore. I think. What about this? All right. I shall be right back and you get to have that. Wasn't that nice, chat? I hope you enjoyed it. So it seems that indeed I can get this working. So yes, if I do some oscilloscope analysis, I can look at the waveform, just go, yeah, just recreate that, innit? Oh boy. Oh, but no, nothing's ever that easy, is it? Let me see, just a minute. Hemisolesis. So, now, do you want the link? So, whilst I've got this plugged in, I can't hear anything from it, so there's no point. I might as well just use it as a MIDI controller. Oh, you know what, chat? I don't think I'm going to be able to recreate the sound today. I will have an attempt at it, because it'd be lovely if I could recreate that song and make it longer. But I need to know what I'm doing. And hopefully somebody in the chat, if you've heard it, you can say, oh, well, you got a flanger there, and it's a sawtooth, but the sawtooth is actually the modulator for a sine wave. And it sounds like you're playing two notes at once, then by all means, let me know. Because I would like to know. I would like to know. I'd also like to eat this garlic bread. Needs salt. Munch, munch, munch. Yeah, that's good. All right. Whoops. Inadvertent armrest keyboard playing. So, out of curiosity, if I do that there, I mean, that's lit, but What happens if I place that? No, that's not going to do anything. And if I put something there, you know, I'll have to experiment that with afterwards, because I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Yeah, sorry, I'm having difficulty explaining it. I just thought, wouldn't it be nice if I took a song I did and then applied further processing to it using this modular synth? One of the things I want to do is I want to polyphony mode. Do 10. Yeah, the problem with that is that makes the gate polyphony. All right, well, that seems to work. But, bit harsh sounding. It's very harsh sounding. So we're gonna apply some filters to that. A filter. What does a filter look like? VCF. That's a filter. So I take the saw wave and that goes to the input, and if I do a high pass filter on it, what does it sound like? Can I make that? Then if I make that a digital, ouch. Now, somebody told me once you could use a high pass filter on bass notes to make them have an unusual sound. I mean, that is as low as it'll go, but I don't think it's. But the saw wave is far too harsh for that. So let's try triangle. Yeah, that's sounding badass. No problem. This is gonna be a solo show. There we go. Yeah, that's sounding good, isn't it? That does nothing. That does nothing. What if I use the low pass filter? That's good, that is. I just realised I'm going to probably be getting a knock on the door soon, so there will be a bit where I have to mute myself and sign for something. Let's have another bit of garlic. There we go. I'm eating a ready meal. Well, a ready bit made of garlic bread, and I think there's a problem when the government mandates the maximum recommended levels of ingredients that can go in, such as salt. Because of this, if I made this garlic bread myself, it would have been a bit tastier. So let me just put the keyboard to a side. I don't want to get my pride and joy all covered in grease. I think what I'm going to do, chat, today is I'm going to have an attempt at a sequencer and maybe get some sort of percussion going as I play. So who knows, by the end of this we might have a bit of proper music. We shall see. Fingers crossed. I am very hungry, so I'll tell you what, instead of you listening to me masticating, we've got Interlude. that's lovely. Didn't we all enjoy that? I know I did. So back to this. It is sounding a bit harsh. Isn't that funny? Using the filter, I've turned this sine wave into a square wave. What happens if I combine the low pass? Oh, I can't combine them both. Not that way, at least. Oh yeah, that's because I turned the sensitivity of that all the way down. So if I put it to about there. That's an interesting noise. But here's an idea. Instead of using the octave adjuster on my keyboard, what if I just set that to about there, 9 o'clock? Oh, that's brilliant. So now if I turn the octave adjuster all the way down here, got ourselves a nice bit of ambient noise. So what else can I do with this filter? I find it fascinating that using the filter I can turn a sine wave into a square wave. But bear in mind, this is the high pass filter. If I plug it in here on the low pass, I mean, that's barely audible on my headphones. And I think that's feeding back into itself. Cool, cool. All right, so I've got a sound I'm happy with there. But I hear you ask, wouldn't it be fun if we had an LFO to further modulate this sound? So we've got an LFO, and let's just have a look at what this sine wave's doing. And let's change the X scale to something else. Change the time value to, and now let's change the X position to there. So now you can see it's a very slow moving sine wave. And it's doing that basically. So if we put that into sync, Interesting. Why doesn't that do that all the time? I don't know. Hello, Rob. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I'll give a shout out to my mate. He gave me a ring before. He says, oh, I like what you're doing. Did you know you're famous now? So, Rod, if you're hearing this, yeah, there's your shout out. Is that funny? I mean, that is constantly working on the sync, yet it's only making it clip now and then. I mean, that's great, but if I just took that off, I think that'll work for me. I mean, LFOs are great, and we may come back to this LFO, but for the moment, we'll just leave that aside. Amazing how this filter is using 5% of my available processor power. Or this is using 15%. I'm not doing anything. You see, that's why I don't want an LFO, because it's starting to feed back on itself. So that's a filter. I think I can do a bit more with this, though. What if I had, yeah, function generate, envelope general, hardware clone, no, oscillator, physical modeling, low frequency oscillator. I want a sequencer. What have I got which works as a sequencer? 3-channel, 8-step sequencer, also with gate outputs. Right. So this is the gate output. Oh, and I assume the gate does what that does. So if I connect that to there, which I can't do. So if I do that, one moment, please, Jack. So I'm back. Oh, I didn't mute myself, so you heard all my huffing and puffing. No, that's awful. I don't like it. Make it stop. How do I make it stop? There, that makes it stop. I want a manual gate for the moment. In fact, you can work as my manual gate. Yeah, so if I take just a sine wave output to the gate. Yeah. It won't work if it's bidirectional. What I don't understand with this is why is it that is playing a bunch of notes. So I do that. That's one note. That's another note. There's 3 notes together. Yet for some reason, if I'm using something else to control the gates, that doesn't work. So, I mean, according to this, this is constantly outputting a sine wave here, but it's only heard when that's plugged into there. So, right. This, I believe, is a VCO. Sorry, that I mean is control voltage, which we're going to. So if I duplicate this, duplicate there, yeah, and we'll just initialize it. So now if I take the output from that, and then output from that. Oh, I can only do one at a time. All right, let's have a listen to this. We'll put it into. Is that it? Well, I must say I'm a bit disappointed in this. That's a very boring sound. I suppose if I was to say duplicate, have that there, then slightly different frequency. So now we'll have those both going in there. Great. So, I mean, I could do that, but I know if I use a polyphony cable that I don't need to do that because, for example, this oscillator here will do multiple notes. But let's put it up to there. I mean, that was with 8 notes pressed at the same time. I can do up to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 notes. So I have no idea what these twiddly knobs do. Is this a bit where I start reading the manual? If in doubt, read the manual. Manual. So, manual oscillators, voltage control amps, LFOs, delay, mixer, an attenuator is a thing. There's an attenuator that also reach negative values. No. Fremen wave, thank you very much. Unity. Unity is a dual unity mixer for audio and control voltage. Each section with 6 inputs, which directly adds multiple signals without gain adjustment. The output directly sums all 6 inputs above it. The input inverts negates the signal. If the switch for each channel is in the average position, the output channels the average of the patched inputs instead of the sum. Right click on power set, merge channels 1 and 2 to combine all 12 inputs. Both output, right? Mutes, temporary switch without quick control of muting a signal. Pulses, to monitor and gate generators. That could be interesting. Sequencer coming soon. So there's no instructions how the sequencer works. Well, great. Have a sad tune. Come on. All right, I think let's try delay then. So the idea that I'll be able to make my own sequencer and well, I suppose I could go onto the website and do it that way, but this delay looks a lot like an ADSR envelope. So if I took the output, that's going to be loud if I do that. Not if I do that though. Oh. So we'll take the output there to the input of there, and the output of that will do the control voltage. But those are mono cables. Right. And again, I'm having that problem because these are mono cables. It's not always outputting. I hate this. I suppose I could put a delay after the mixer. No, that doesn't sound like a good idea. Manual. VCO. VCA. Delay coming soon. All right, so I don't know what that does, and there's no manual for it. So these ones without manuals, they're just going to get deleted. I've got no use for you in my synth world order. And look at that, we've got a poor LFO there, and it's doing nothing. It's just it's giving us a bit of something to look at. There we go. Oh look, I'm doing something serious. I'm using an oscilloscope. I am doing the scientific approach to music syntheses. Instruments liquid filter based on mutable instruments ripples. Well, that's a filter. Now, if I got played on here or plonk plates, there we go. This is something I've heard about. Micro oscillator 2. So we got a VCO trim level VC. Oh yeah, VC oct. We'll take that. We got an FM. Yep, there's FM. We'll take a sine wave up. Well, we'll take the output. Just go in there. Great. So model. Let's take off the attack from that because I'm pretty much happy with the ADSR. And we'll start using these twiddly knobs here to start affecting some values. So let's just try middle C. and everything off. So now, no matter what note I'm playing, it's the same bloody note. Did I break it? Well, if I don't... why does everything have to be so complicated? Why doesn't it work the way I want? The pitch wheel does nothing. The twiddly knobs, I mean, it's sending signals to it, but... okay. What does timber do? That does nothing. That does nothing. You know what? It could be because I'm doing this for a filter. So instead of going for a filter, let's just plug it in directly. And now I've got nothing. So all I was in fact hearing was just a filter. Why doesn't this work? It should be doing something. I'm annoyed. Plug it in directly to the mixer. Look, nothing. Nothing's happening. It's just twiddle some knobs, press some buttons, and this is rubbish. I don't like it. Initialize. It's not working. Why? Oh, don't think much of this macro oscillator. Randomize. Make noise. No, I'm not gonna make noise. You can't make me make noise. Why are you so mean to me? Actually, pressing on this should make no difference because that's only being a gate for channel 1 and 2. So this should really just work. Let's unplug everything. Oh, that's a trigger. So initialize. Let's take the pitch wheel to FM. Okay. Stop, please. So we've established that that is working. So now if I take the output of that and plug it into there, I've got a VCA with a gate control. So if I reinitialize, why is that only working part of the time? I don't understand. I'm annoyed. You should be working. If I'm pressing a button here, you can see I'm pressing a button, but nothing's happening. So it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you being so annoying? Oh, you know what? let's just play a bit with it. If I'm going to play a bit with it. Well, already that's sounding a bit good, so I like that. That there, chat, that's musical. I really like that. Right, let's put that for a filter. And now the filter's doing nothing. Oh, that's because the amp's off. Let's reinitialize the filter. I'm going to put another amp in here, right next to it. And this one we're going to have do high pass filter. And then we'll have that as outputs of, well, that sounds like a vocoder. Great. Okay, that's good. We're getting somewhere. All I'm doing is just twiddling some knobs, and it's very mute. I say very musical. It's the sort of thing I would be like, chord introduction. When does the song start? So we're going to have a little trick. A little trick I've done. Something I'm very proud of doing. We'll have an LFO, and we shall duplicate this LFO's functioning. Duplicate. Oh look, I've got an LFO here. No need to duplicate. Or maybe I will duplicate. Delete. Duplicati. We'll put you in there. That. And then we'll change the X position to be there. And I'll have a look at Y. And the Y position is almost the same. But I want that to be 180 degrees inverse the other. Yeah, they're kind of the same. Okay, so now take do that, and then we'll do that with the other one. But that's far too so unidirectional. Yeah, we're going somewhere now. And this one. Right, so now if we turn the mixer back on. Do you see what I did there? There we go. Now this says volts oscillate, so surely if I plug it into the... No, the answer is if I plug that in, everything just goes wrong and horrible, and nobody likes it, especially not myself. So the question I've got to ask myself is, how do I get comfortable without knocking my headphones off or my keyboards? And the answer is, I think we need a bit more desk space. No, it was better before. That's sounding a bit like an electronic organ. I like that sound. I just wish I could do something a bit more musical than twiddle knob one and go. So that's going to harm. I can barely read it. I need to zoom in a bit more. It's going to harmony. So what if I plug something into there? I'm just going to unplug you for a bit so I can hear what I'm doing. I'll put that into the pitch wheel. Great, we got somewhere. So whilst the no, we don't do anything with that because that doesn't work. At least we can do some pitch shifting. So what does this do? That goes to timbre. Well, that's kind of interesting. The pitch shifting does nothing. Bleep, bloop, bleep, 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 bloop, 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 bleep. Bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop. Cool. Random plinky plonky noises. Alarm! Alarm! All right, what does the next one do? Oh, a noise generator. Nah, not quite car, is it? Great. So what else we got? Screams. Modem noises. Space invaders. We're screaming. I have no idea. That looks like it's trying to fight between... No, bearing in mind, this is all going through the filter. So let's have the bellows of the VCA pumping away. What else we got? What if I plug model into something? Does that do anything? Oh. The answer is it does do something. But that's not something I exactly wanted, though. What if I had a trigger going to gate? Will that make a difference? Let's change the polyphony to none. Right, now what happens if I do something with level? But gate is just a simple on-off command. Do I have velocity in here? Yes, I do. Velocity is the third value, so we'll put that to there. Why do I need to press anything when I can just have this? Control it, yeah. And now if I put the trigger to there as well, I mean, it's doing something. But this... Oh, Windows Defender summary. We'll take this off because this one just sounds good all the way through. And instead of me twiddling a knob, let me just see. That's on the harmony bit, so we'll take that off, and then we'll have. Let's just do the LFO for harmony. No. And that's too fast. So what if I had a random, I think it's called. So that is sending off a trigger. We'll have that do okay, a bit like I think the extra control I get from the twiddling knob, it makes it more musical. To answer your question, Rob, you can have a very distracting noise. There we go. The answer is you can have as many as your computer can take. So if you see here, I mean, if I zoom out all that way, that's how much space I've got for now. But the thing is, I've been doing this for about 2 hours now, and yeah, it's great. This thing here, it really is. But you know what? I've had enough. I've had enough for now. The Micro Oscillator 2 from Mutable Instruments is a very interesting, powerful oscillator. I probably have only scratched the surface of what it can do. I wish I could figure out why, if I plug something into the opt, it just goes crazy. And I think I very much like my using LFOs to make slow-moving bellows of the voltage-controlled amplifiers. I think that's a nice little feature of mine. I wonder if anybody else has done that. So anyway, I wanted to recreate the sound, but I can't do that because the audio monitoring is not working. I may have a go at that later, but thank you very much for watching. Oh, and I wanted to briefly say something about games, and I didn't make this point earlier, so I'll make it now. I have observed that various creatures do forms of games or playing of a sort. Like at 5 in the fucking morning, there's wood pigeons flapping their wings, having that silly fight they're doing. And I'm looking at them thinking, I wish I had an air rifle now, so I could show them who wins this game of waking up at 5 in the morning. um, but in all seriousness, there are creatures like cats and dogs, and they play, they fetch, and do stuff like that. Monkeys, dolphins, elephants, whales, they all play. And what's play for? I mean, play does build skills, and it does socializing. So there's vital functions to it. And I think it's overlooked as in like, oh, I'm an adult, I'm serious. Yeah, but you get too serious and you go crazy. So I think it's important to have a good amount of playtime in one's life, and to realize that the play is building you up. And um, I think play has given me more of an appreciation for culture as well, because not just with the music, but with games I've played. I wouldn't have read Herodotus if it wasn't for Rome Total War. It's like they keep quoting this Herodotus guy. I wonder what else he had to say. So I read his collected histories. And likewise with getting a synth and going like, oh, it does all these cool things, but I'd really like to build my own synth. Ah, well, you're in luck. It's called a modular synth. Ah, but modular synths are expensive, and but there's VCV Rack, which is free. You can just use it. Linux, Mac, or Windows, take your pick. So it's great. And then it's like, but do real world modules exist on VCV Rack? And the answer is yes. Yes, they do exist on VCV Rack. Some of them are free. Some of them you can pay money for. And I can tell you now, I am going to be looking into sequencers later on, because if I could just go, hey, sequencer, record what I'm doing here. Oh, you're twiddling this knob. But it wouldn't know I was twiddling a knob. It would just be like, okay, that's 0.1 volts. Now you're doing 0.2 volts. And now you've switched to 0.3. And now you've gone back to 0.1. So it's recognized I've done 3 voltage changes, and it's recorded the times it's taken to change. If I could just have a sequencer that records that, it's like, yes, record me playing, and then just repeat that in a loop. And then if I could get it to do that, oh boy, I could actually get into some complex arrangements and be like, yes, this is playing a melody, which I've done before, and now I'm playing another melody on top of it. Now I'm playing another melody on top of that. And then before you know it, balls of candy are knocking down my door, and it's like, hi there. Do you want to do a duet with us? I'm like, yeah, okay. But you have to show me your studio. I want to see the synthesizers you use. One can dream, eh? But yeah, very much looking to do some collaboration with people. I've tapped some of my family members who I know do music and be like, hey guys, I do music too now, but I don't understand what I'm doing. You've been doing this much longer than me. How do I do this? And likewise with people in the chat. You know, if you've got an interest in this, you've got experience, just tell me what to do. So thank you very much, Rob Calvert. You've been, giving me plenty of interaction. I appreciate it. And this emergency game show was a musical interlude, because let's face it, part of play means music, and it's good to have a play. So thank you very much for watching. Do all the usual things, and you may now go away. Rock hard, ride free, mate. You too, take care. Oh, end broadcast, not leave studio. End.